All right. Let me get this thing queued up.
Are we live anywhere?
We are live.
Which one?
On all of them.
Hey, hello everybody tonight. Good evening. We are here through it all. We made it tonight, and we are so thankful that you are here with us tonight.
Yes.
We are so thankful.
Yes.
So, son, what's tonight? What is it all about tonight?
Tonight, I'm excited to be here. So, as always, I got to give my shout out. We got our TikTok followers, we got our Facebook followers, and we have our Instagram followers. If you're watching, please like, share, and add your followers, add your highlights to this live.
Can I say one thing about that?
Sure.
Didn't we say that last week?
We did.
Didn't we say share? Did anybody share? A few people shared.
Yeah, they shared.
But we need more of you guys to share. Come on now. Mama has spoken. Share.
Watch out now. Watch out. So tonight, we want to jump in tonight talking about rejection, right? Rejection is a bad boy.
Yes, it is.
So many people deal with rejection and don't even realize it.
Oh, absolutely.
On so many spectrums, on so many levels, and we're going to talk about that tonight.
Yep, that's good.
So give it to him. Give it to him.
I want you to go ahead and start tonight. I'm always starting. You go ahead and start about it because I got so much I want to say about rejection, how it absolutely ruins your destiny. It absolutely ruins it because most people that are dealing with the spirit of rejection, they feel so unworthy and they never feel good enough. And because of those feelings, so many things can develop. It's like an entryway. I always talk about the entryway to Satan. That's a huge entryway to Satan.
So what are some types of rejections?
Well, the main type that I would like to speak about would be mostly self-rejection. It's when you're a child and you didn't get the love and the things that you needed. You was never good enough. I'm always looking at you. I look at the people. You wasn't good enough. You didn't feel good enough. And those seeds were planted in your mind as a child. And it developed and grew into something that was completely destructive.
I heard a quote one time that said, if you don't heal from where you're coming from, then you will bleed on the people that never cut you.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
I'm going to say it again. If you don't heal where you're coming from, then you will bleed on the people that never even cut you. And what I got from that quote was, there's people who's been rejected from their fathers, rejected from their mothers, rejected from their boyfriend, their girlfriend, their spouse. And now when you have someone new trying to love them, right, they keep thinking about what they've been through, what's transpired in the past.
That's right.
And it's hard for them to move forward to receive love. Right. Because their mind is thinking about, I've been rejected. And now it's almost like building a stony heart.
Absolutely. And you feel like sometimes that person that's rejected, and here's the saddest thing about rejection. A lot of times you could have met your person. You could have met the person that guy maybe even sent to your life. Yeah. But because you deal with that spirit, you sabotage the relationship, not even realizing you sabotaging it subconsciously. Yeah. And because you're so afraid that they're going to reject you. So it's almost like you end it before they can end it. Yep.
That is so powerful. And the question for that, and I wrote this down, is, am I letting rejection define me or refine me?
Ooh. So let's just talk about some of the signs to look for to see if you're even dealing with rejection. Okay. So I'm going to read some notes that I took. Okay. And then people tonight can actually think about it, kind of do a self-reflection to see if they're dealing with this spirit, and we can try our best to get rid of it. So common signs people associate with spirit of rejection: feeling unwanted or unloved, even when others really do care. That's a common sign. Like, no matter how much somebody could be pouring into you, sometimes it's never enough. Yeah. Extreme sensitivity to criticism or disapproval. So when you try to give constructive criticism, they take that, they internalize that so personal, and they feel like you're just out to get them, and they can't receive because in their mind, you're rejecting me. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm not good enough. A constant fear of being abandoned or betrayed. People that are rejected, a lot of times, like I just said, they have a fear of being abandoned, have a fear of being betrayed. So as a result, I'm trying to look at everything. Yeah. So as a result of that, a lot of times they secretly or it's like I said, subconsciously, basically sabotage it.
Yeah.
Withdrawal from relationships to avoid getting hurt. I said that. Low self-esteem or self-hatred. Believing
that's a powerful one, self-hatred one.
Believing you're not good enough for love, success, or acceptance.
Wow. So let's expound on some of those. You said a mouthful. Let's break some of those things down.
Yeah.
So go back to the one where you mentioned about withdrawal from relationships to avoid getting hurt.
Yes.
Let's expound on that. How many times do people, and I just gave an example of that, but think about people today who are 20s, 30s, 40s, and they're still dealing with the rejection from when they was 5 or 6 years old.
Absolutely.
They're still dealing with rejection from when, adolescence. And they're letting and allowing those situations from when they was children to dictate who they love, how they move forward, how they grow, how they don't grow, how they engage, how they disengage, because of all the things that they have not forgiven in their past. And I like to give the example because rejection kind of ties in with unforgiveness, right? Because think about it. And I use the example a lot of times of imagine trying to, the new thing now is people like to go mountain climbing or hiking, right? So imagine trying to climb a mountain or go hiking. You're trying to hike this tall mountain,
right? And
you got a book bag on, you got your purse in your hand, you got, luggage in this hand, and you're trying to hike. But how you going to have time to carry your water? How you going to have time to carry things that you need that's necessities?
Right.
So I give the analogy of how are you going to climb a mountain? How are you going to climb a wall when your hands are full? When you got all this baggage?
Right.
So it's so imperative that when you're growing in life, when you're trying to get to the next level, that we begin to forgive people, that we begin to let some of that hurt go, let some of that past pain go, because it will build those stony walls around your heart not let people impede through to love you.
People that live in constant fear of, people that live in rejection constantly are having thoughts in their mind, always having thoughts in their mind. So to help with that, you have to replace those thoughts with what God said. Yeah. You have to replace it with the word of God. You are good enough. Yeah. Like we talked about those affirmations, you have to constantly tell yourself that, because that's the only way you're going to heal from it. And you have to be able to trust somebody. Man,
that's key. Yeah. That is key. So here's some negative impacts from rejection, right? Damage of self-worth. Damage of self-worth. It makes people question their value, their abilities, and their identity. When you're dealing with rejection, I think about situations in my life, and we all have dealt with it.
Absolutely.
There's been times where I've applied to jobs, and I thought I had the job, and I got a letter in the mail saying you didn't get the job.
That's the worst feeling in the world, especially when you think you banged that interview out.
Right. And I remember getting a letter in the mail saying you didn't get the job. Right. And I could go back even further. I remember when I was 19 years old, and Sharonda was pregnant, and we had just gotten married.
Oh, goodness.
And I remember thinking, like, man, we need some money, right? We need some money. And I made a decision as a man to say, I'm going to go to the military. And I remember back then, he was like, hey, you was really big on, if you're going to do it, go Air Force or Navy.
That's right.
If you're going to do it, go Air Force or Navy.
Remember what part you went to?
What? To my Army?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went Army.
But what was that? Where was you? What department was you in?
No, so I went to an infantry. I went to Fort Benning. I went to an infantry boot camp. I wasn't infantry.
Oh, okay. Because all I knew, I was so ignorant at that time. When he sent me mail, all I saw was infantry. I was like, Jesus! Oh my God!
Yeah, so I went to Fort Benning, which was an infantry boot camp, but I wasn't infantry. It wasn't my job. Right. But the point I was making about the rejection piece was, I remember telling everybody I'm going to the Navy. Right. And I went to take the ASVAB for the Navy, and I didn't get the score I wanted. Right. 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 And I remember telling everybody I'm going to the Navy. I'm telling Sharonda, we out of here, we moving, we going to a different city, and I didn't get the score I wanted at the time to join the Navy for the job I wanted. So I remember feeling so rejected. I remember telling me, hey man, you could try again in 30 days. But because I let the rejection creep in, I allowed fear to take over. Right. And now the fear was like, I'm not good enough. Right. You know, I can't get in there. You know what I'm saying? Man. And man, that was so deep and so profound. I felt so low because I felt like I couldn't pass this test. Right. Well, I couldn't get the score I wanted to get the job I wanted. Right. You know what I'm saying?
So rejection actually, absolutely, according to my notes, create depression and anxiety.
Oh, yeah. It
creates that because you a lot of times are anxious, again, that you're not good enough. You're not good enough. So a lot of times, let's talk about relationships. Because I think people out here, we battle that. I mean, absolutely got to tie it back into the Word of God. Absolutely. But I want to just talk turkey tonight, as my pastor would say. Let's just talk turkey. Yeah. You know, I'm not going to say when this happened to me. Okay. How old I was. But I was dating somebody that dealt with the spirit of rejection. Okay. And they had it so bad, so bad, that no matter what happened or what I did, I always felt like, oh my God, there's something I'm not doing good enough. And they constantly tried to buy me with gifts and do things to try to make me see them at a better light. When actually, I was perfectly fine with them being who they were in their natural state. They didn't have to buy me. Yeah. So oftentimes in our relationships, we make mistakes trying to be accepted. Yeah. We do all kind of things. Oftentimes women sleep around. Mm-hmm. You know, they want to be accepted. They don't feel like they're good enough in their natural being. So we're not even going to talk about this world of I want to try to say the right word. Because I mean, well, I'm going to think about that before I say it. So we're going to talk about just when you enter these relationships, sometimes you don't feel like you're good enough if you're dealing with the spirit of rejection. So you're doing things, moving mountains, trying to impress that person, opposed to just being your authentic self. Yeah. So we sometimes create these environments where we are dishonoring ourselves as women, dishonoring our bodies, our children. You know, some women, when they fall in love, they'll meet a guy, they're leaving their children at home by themselves. Yep. They're doing all type of things just to be accepted and loved by this guy. Yep. Opposed to putting boundaries down, because the truth of the matter is most people want to see you have good structure in your life. Yes. And when you become a doormat for somebody trying to impress them, a lot of times it don't even work. Yep. Nobody respects that. Yep. So make sure out here when you're in this dating game, keep your morals intact. Yes. Don't just, as I think Ianya Bazan, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, she wrote a book or she made a statement, don't give it away. Yeah. Don't give it away. Because you giving it away does not necessarily mean that man's going to love you more. You know what I mean? You have to develop a self-love for yourself. But a lot of times that comes from a spirit of rejection. A spirit of rejection. And guys do it differently. Like I said, a lot of times they're trying to buy the girl and buy the brand new car. No, they can't afford the car. You know, they might go out and buy a Corvette. Really can't afford it. Yeah. Living with their mama. But when they get outside and they're driving that Corvette, they feel so big and powerful. The girls are looking at you when you drive a nice car. Yeah. We are looking. But at the end of the day, you want to find that woman, that person, I'm not going to say woman or man, you want to find that person that's going to love you for your authentic self. And don't try to buy it. No, be authentic. You have to be authentic because we make all kinds of mistakes. But the root of it, that's what I'm trying to say, the root of it is feeling like I'm not good enough. So I'm moving all these mountains to try to impress. Man. Let's talk about that on the job. Ooh. People that feel rejected, what are some of the things that they do? I know you got a story for them.
Oh my God. I got a countless stories about the job and rejection. Right. You know, but I just want to tie back into what you said, even about relationships.
Yeah, please.
That was so keen because how many times do we see men going broke trying to impress a woman? Oh, man. You know, or we see, and even for my job, right, being a law enforcement, I've been in people's houses, right, working investigations. I've been even working the road to people that's quote unquote influential on social media. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And they put on this persona to the public. Right. But the way they live is completely different. Oh yeah. You know, they got all this Gucci and Fendi and Louis Vuitton on, and they you know, they may have a mattress on the floor.
I've seen that.
I mean, seriously, right? And it's not talking about somebody because you got to do what you got to do, but we're talking about how people feel the need sometimes of trying to put on a certain face,
right?
Or trying to give off a certain impression of how they really live, and it's really not the case.
It's not the case.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning, and I had to learn that it's okay. First of all, it's okay not to be okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, that's good.
Like, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to seek help. It's okay to have somebody you can talk to. It's okay to have somebody that you can confide in.
That's right.
Right? Of having that person that can help you, pray you through stuff, walk you through stuff, coach you through stuff. But so many times we lack vulnerability.
Right.
We lack transparency. And we lack that understanding one another as a people. So it's like, well, I don't want to be judged, so I'm not going to say that.
Right.
You know, and now you're allowing the rejection piece because maybe the last time you was open, the last time you was vulnerable, that person violated your trust.
Right.
You know, and that's something I had to learn, that everybody's not out to get you.
Well, that's it. A lot of people are so broken. Yeah. I've seen this even in my family. I won't mention no names, where this person may be struggling financially, seriously struggling financially, but when they get ready to go to the party or the club or anywhere, even church, they go out and buy an expensive bag. Yeah. Because they feel like that bag defines them. Right. You know what I mean? Look, I've always been real simple. And I used to tell you when you was a kid, when you were in high school, I have 4 of them that went through this stage. 4 of them. Thank God little Sammy was kind of like me. He didn't care what nobody thought. But I have kids that, to feel accepted, I mean, kids they have the pressure of the world on them. Now with social media, it's even worse. But think about it when you was in school. Mm-hmm. If the new Jordans came out, or the new outfit came out, or name brand, because I don't know name brands.
I'll tell you like this. I could not be a kid, and I think that's Dion. Yeah, Dion. What's up,
Hey, Dion.
Dion's on. Listen, we could not be kids in today's society.
Oh, yeah. Real quick. Somebody said we wasn't responding to Facebook comments. It's really difficult to see them, so we're not ignoring you. Okay?
Yeah, we're not ignoring y'all. Trust me.
Yes.
So Dion's on. We got Ron watching. What's up, Ron?
Okay.
And it's a lot of people on TikTok watching.
Good.
So, hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
Yes.
But listen, I cannot be... my heart goes out to kids in high school and schools today.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I was in high school, it was all about the Jordans. It was about wearing Ralph Lauren polo. Right. You couldn't wear USPA polo. You could not wear USPA polo. You wore USPA polo, you got dogged out. Oh, man. It had to be Ralph Lauren, right? And Ralph Lauren, you're talking about a $60 to $120 shirt. Right. Right? That's a lot of money back then. Right. A lot of money now to some people, you know what I'm saying? Right. But now, you got kids in high school wearing Gucci and Fendi and Louis Vuitton. You're talking about a $1,000 shirt. Oh, man. Is it real, though? It's probably not real. But for the people but think about what that's doing to people's mindsets.
That's what I'm saying. The stress of it all.
The stress, the anxiety. Right. Of feeling like you have to wear a $1,000 shirt to be accepted. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So what is that doing to someone's psyche? Right. To feel like, I cannot come to school, and God forbid, you wear some Shaqs or Payless sneakers.
And I used to like Shaqs, and I think I tried to get you to wear some. He wasn't wearing no Shaqs.
You tried.
I did try.
As the kids say, you tried it,
I used to tell Lawrence, because I used to work in the high school, and there was a young man that worked there.
But I respect Shaq, though.
Listen, I'm all about a good sneaker.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Shaq, if you're watching this, I respect you, brother.
Yeah, but but the reason why you didn't wear it, it wasn't because the sneaker was bad. Right. It wasn't because Shaq was bad. It was because your peers would say it was bad. Right. So because your peers said it, that was God. That was it right there, at that time. So to avoid rejection and criticism, you would go out and buy the Jordans.
Yep. People pleasing.
People pleasing. So I was going to say about this one kid when I was working in high school. He was so different. I admired him. He would walk around with his dashiki on. I always told him, it's during the same time he was in high school. Yeah. He walked around with his dashiki on. And I used to be like, I used to come home because Lawrence had to be the most flyest kid in school. He had to be. And I,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He would go to New York over the summer, and he would really get his stuff.
Oh, man.
Because, you know, in New York, we used to have stuff that they didn't get down here right away. So
right.
he would make sure.
The exclusives.
Exactly. So his dad would help him out with that, too.
Facts, he would.
His dad would help him out with that. So when he would come back and he would get his little outfit together, I'd be like, why don't you wear dashiki, man? I used to be like, put the dashiki on to represent Africa, you know, represent who we are as a people, being proud of your heritage.
I wasn't hearing that back then.
Couldn't get him to wear that dashiki for nothing in the world. I got a picture with him with a dashiki on, but he was 13 months. I don't know if I ever got you to put another one on.
Yeah, I wasn't hearing that back then.
You were hearing it now, I don't think.
No, I'll put a dashiki on now.
Okay.
But here's the caveat to that. Wearing a dashiki is popular.
Right, okay.
And I'm not saying I would wear it because of that. What I'm saying is Black Panther came out.
Right.
And all this Black Pride stuff came out.
Right.
That's been, out for years, centuries.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said. And we're talking about, I came out of high school in 2010. Mm-hmm. So we're talking about 15 years ago.
Ooh. Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Make me feel so old.
15 years ago, that was not it to represent the Black pride and the Black power and where, I remember one time I had locks, twist in New York.
Right.
And I went to school the next day and I got teased because having dreads back then or locks wasn't popular.
Right.
Remember that?
Right. And except I wore them.
Yeah, you wore them. I'm talking about for my age group. And I was young. But because and I really went to locks. I really love Bob Marley.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. He loved it.
Bob
the
Marley.
Whole culture. The whole culture.
You know, she took me one time to go see Stephen Marley. I think I was the only kid.
Damian Marley. The whole Marley squad was there.
She took me to go see Stephen Marley, Damian Marley.
Yes.
And I was the only kid in the crowd.
He would listen. He loved this. He loved that genre at that time so much. That Rastafarian genre. Yep. I was like, we was in New York and the whole Marley clan was coming to BB King's.
Yep.
BB King's. And me, being a huge fan, I was like, I got to take him and see the show.
Yep.
Not realizing that when we got in the show, man, oh my God, that was way back when.
Yeah.
Before certain things became legal.
Right.
And he's like, well, how old was you?
I don't know.
Maybe about 10, 11? Maybe 10 or 11.
Yeah, about 11.
He was so mesmerized by being in that crowd that night because he loved the music and he loved the artist, and so he's so close to the stage. And
like literally, they right here. I'm like right here up on him.
Yeah, I believe it was Stephen Marley was actually singing to you.
Yeah,
he was singing to because he was amazed because the whole crowd was in there with the splits like. And they was smoking, man. And listen, we was probably high just from being in the building. And I was so worried about my baby at this time. I'm like, oh my God. But he didn't even, listen, he was irie. He was so irie and so happy to be there. But I was a little worried as mom because I was like, I hope he ain't getting high in here, Jesus. But nobody in that element that night, everybody was Ivy. So you loved the culture.
Oh, yes.
He loved the way they dressed, but because of the possibility of being rejected, he would never put them clothes on.
Yeah, and like I said, around that time, I really went to lock so bad. The Rastafarian look, and my mom, I let my hair grow out. She twisted my hair, and I went to school the next day, and I got teased so bad because back then having dreads wasn't popular.
No, it wasn't popular.
You know what I'm saying? And oh my God, I was I was at IS 51. It was years ago, right?
In New York?
In New York.
Okay.
This is New York.
Okay.
And I never forget, I wore a headband to school the next day because I wanted to kind of like hide it a little bit. And my teacher's like, take that headband off. And I was so embarrassed. People's like, oh, you got worms in your hair.
Right.
You got little roaches in your hair.
Right.
And I got picked on so bad that the next day I took them out and cut my hair.
Isn't that something? And that's, the saddest thing about that in life is today, it wasn't like you had a classroom full of people teasing you. Now people are taking out their phones and recording you. God. And people are taking out every device known to man to record you. And not just record you, put it back on social media and the whole world sees it. That's why your book is going to be a game changer.
Yeah. Because
it talks about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And we as a people, as humans, we have to do better. Just getting into a serious note, we have to be held accountable by what we do. And we should embrace differences. We shouldn't just, tease people and teach our children, our grandchildren. Dare I say that?
Yeah.
Dare I say it? Okay.
Yeah, you got grandchildren.
I got almost 5 of them now. But teach our grandchildren about the importance of allowing people to be their authentic selves.
Yes.
And not being so quick to tease or judge somebody. Because honestly, I like Shaq sneakers. I honestly liked Reeboks. I mean, Reeboks was popular at one point, but at one point they wasn't as popular. Mm-hmm. If you didn't have a pair of Nikes on, Air Force Ones and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I give it to Nike, man. Nike ain't never going out of style.
They never,
But you know what's so crazy though?
Never went out.
But here's the crazy thing about even that when it comes to rejection and when it comes to society and kids. So Jordan has Jordans, like Jordan 1, Jordan 2s, the 3s, the 4s, the 5s, all the way up. Then you got the teen Jordans. Right. That's not a part of the number.
Oh, okay.
So
see, I don't even know that.
And people will laugh at you because you're not wearing one of the numbers of the Jordans.
Oh man, I didn't know that. You're educating me.
Oh my God. If you come through with a pair of Team Jordans on, thinking you're doing something, yes, it is Jordan, right? But it's not one of the more famous type of styles.
Now, I got to tell on you a little bit tonight, and myself. Okay. Because I don't know nothing about that. So, his youngest brother is 14 years younger than him.
Yes.
So, and he got me as a mama. And he didn't give me no kickback with name brands. He didn't give me no kickback. I said at the beginning of the talk tonight that he's more like me. He don't really necessarily care what nobody say, right? I took my son shopping one day. I thought I was doing it, man. I was like, I got him a pair of Jordans. I got him some stuff. Lawrence came and looked at that. He was like, what the heck is that?
I'm like, look at my brother teased in school.
He was looking at it like, Mom, that's not what it is. From now on, I'll take him and go get his sneakers. You know what I mean? And I was like, what they say, Jordan. So that's what it was.
Yeah.
Huh?
And even with Nikes, so you got regular Nikes, and you got like team Nikes. Like,
so what's that store that people go to that's not famous? It's not Foot Locker. It's like Shoe Show?
Yeah, Shoe Show.
So Shoe Show is not this place to go buy sneakers?
Let me not say that.
Okay, it's not the most popular place.
It's not the most popular, right? So Shoe Show is not gonna be a Foot Locker.
Okay.
Foot Locker's gonna have, and you know nowadays everything's online.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But just for conversational purposes, Shoe Show is not gonna have the same type of caliber sneaker that Foot Locker's gonna have.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Shoe Show's gonna have, they call it the off-brand, but it's not really off-brand because it's still Nike, it's still Jordan.
Right.
It's just not the popular Jordan.
Oh, man, and just imagine that when you think about the pressure it is if you're a single mom and you have 3-4 kids and everybody is pressuring you to get the number Jordan.
Right.
And how do you really afford that today? But most of the times, mothers, we kick butt and we get it done because we don't want our kids to be teased.
Man.
We kick butt.
Man, that was good. That put me down memory lane.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Think about some funny stories.
The spirit of rejection will have you doing some things, and we all have done it.
Oh, yeah.
We all have done it. You know, I'm just trying to tell on myself, what did I do? I got to think about that. You going to give me a story? Oh, man. Because I always walk against the current. That's the name of our podcast. What you want to do?
I'm going to give her a story.
Oh, man. Okay. I always walk against the current. That's just my personality. I really don't care a lot. Never really cared what people thought about me. I always was the one that was kind of a little different. Like, everybody was like, I want to date the cool guy. I necessarily didn't date the cool guys.
True. That is so true.
So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm saying to you that I know there are areas in my life of rejection. Mm-hmm. I'm going to think about that. I'm going to probably tie it back into relationships. Because I think when it comes to the matters of the heart, we all want the same thing, but sometimes we all don't act the same way.
Right, and even think about a parent with children.
Right. Ooh, now you can get me there. He's about to get me. He's about to get me.
But think about, so think about Christmas.
Ooh.
That is probably, listen,
the highest.
I can't tell you how many people I converse with that tell me, oh, it's Christmas time. You know what time it is. I got to get my kids all these gifts. I got to get all these things because I didn't have this. I didn't have that. Ooh. And my kids not going to go without.
Right.
You know, but people are literally robbing Peter to pay Paul. I've seen people not pay their bills.
Oh, yeah.
Just to buy gifts that a kid may break the next day or, you know, not even play with. You know what I'm saying?
Let's not talk about the social, like you said, the bottom line is when parents now are showing their kids opening their presents, what are they doing? Everybody's recording it.
Right.
Recording it.
And or they're showing the tree and all the gifts under the tree.
Right.
Like, it's been times, like, I told my kids, like, listen.
Oh, you got that right.
And even when things was good.
Right.
You know, good. You know, when things were good, you know what I'm saying? You know, we had a $50,000 month. Right. I told my kids, I'm not buying all that stuff because you don't need it. It comes to a certain point where you have the things that you need. I'm not trying to spoil you. Right. Because everything that spoil you is not good. Nope. You know, and again, going back to wordplay, you know, we say, he's so spoiled, but nothing positive is spoiled.
Oh, you're using my words. There's nothing good spoiled.
There's nothing good spoiled.
Yeah, think about it. What is good that's spoiled? When you refer to spoiled milk, that's bad.
That's bad.
When you refer to spoiled cheese, that's bad.
Right.
There's nothing good spoiled, but we think a lot of times because our own insecurities as humans, we're such a broken people. Right. A lot of times when somebody looks at you like, man, your kids are spoiled. Right. You got them babies spoiled.
That's a compliment.
You think that's a compliment.
Yeah.
You feel like, look, I must be doing the right thing. Right. You know what I mean? I'm spending all the money. People are noticing me. Yeah. People are seeing me.
Yeah. And God sat back like, I was playing. But that is so true. Right. You know, because, you know, think about Christmas time again. People literally are showing their tree, showing all the gifts. And I told my kids, listen, it comes to a point where, you know, I'm watching your character. I'm watching your behavior.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I literally went on Amazon and I bought my kids today, a financial literacy book.
Wow.
From ages from 5th grade all the way to 8th grade. Right. Because I need to teach my children about financial literacy. You know, because I don't want them to fall into the same traps I fell into, thinking I have to buy this stuff, and I'm thinking I have to, you know, put them in all these nice clothes. And there's nothing wrong with Nike and different type of nice clothes, right? But nowadays I realize, listen, I don't have to wear designer this, designer that. This outfit I got on right now, this shirt came from Fashion Nova. Right. You know, this hat came from some store in the mall. But it's not about what you wear, it's how you wear it.
It's absolutely how you wear it. Your
confidence.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? When I go places, on my birthday, I wore an outfit, right? And people swore that outfit was designer.
Wow.
Seriously.
It's how you wear it. Like
they swore it was designer. But now I have my jewelry on.
All right, now watch out.
I had my jewelry on.
You had your accent pieces.
I had my accent pieces on. Right. But the shirt was like, $20. Right. The jeans was like $30. Right. You know, but people swore it was all this design. And I'm like, no, bro. And I tell you, like, no, this is not design. This is from Fashion Nova. Or this is from Walmart. This is from, you know, whatever. I mean, I do have expensive clothes, but you don't have to. Don't let that stuff define who you are.
As a person.
As a person.
No.
Let your character speak for itself.
Absolutely.
Let your integrity speak for itself. Too. You know, let your word speak for itself.
And your worth.
And your worth. I went to a business meeting last night. What today's date? 37?
The 7th. Yes.
Okay, so 2 nights ago, May 5th, a guy I went to high school with inboxed me and said, hey man, I want you to come check out this business thing. I said, bro, you know, I'll come support. Right. I don't have the capacity to join no other business with what I got going on. Right. You know, but he was like, I want to gift you. What happened?
I just was looking.
Oh, the viewers?
Yeah.
People laughing.
I was wanting to see if they had a comment.
I was like, I wanted to gift you. Bro was fly for real. Dion said, appreciate it, bro. I was fly for real. Appreciate it. You was fly too, bro. He said, I want to gift you a 3-night, 2-day stay for coming.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh, okay, you know. Leave vacation. I said, but you know, I'm gonna come. But I didn't lead him on. Right. I didn't make him think I'm coming to join him just to get a free trip. Right. I said, bro, before I even come, I don't have the capacity. Right. He said, well, man, just come. But I wanted to keep my word. Right. Because I said I was going to come. And he thanked me for coming. Mm-hmm. But the point I'm making is so many times we don't keep our word. Right. On the most simplistic things. Right. You know what I'm saying? And doing that, I got a free trip. Right. But being transparent, you know, because what if that was a rejection piece for him? Right. Like every time I invite people, they don't show up. If they're going to come, they don't show up. Right. So it's important that we keep our word when we're doing things as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because like I said, when it comes to that spirit of rejection, sometimes it pushes you out there to do so many things you shouldn't do. Even trends. I mean, I'm not putting no shame on nobody. But I remember when the trend came out, and maybe it's still out, with the pajama, you know, the whole family dressed in pajamas.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody taking Christmas pictures in the same pajamas.
I got a trend for you.
Oh, my God. I was like, I can't see that enough. But everybody wants to be accepted and be part of the in crowd. And look at my social media page. My family did it. Look at this. So all of that, the root of it is wanting to be accepted. Right. That's the bottom line.
Now I got a trend for you that's going on right now.
Oh, man. Tell me about that, son.
This cowboy trend.
Oh man, boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
Listen, I do want to learn that dance. So anybody out there that has a line dancing in Colombia, let me know, because I was messed up in New York last weekend. Everybody did that dance. I didn't know what I was doing. I got up on the dance floor though.
Shout out to 803 Freshman. He's from South Carolina, and that song has went worldwide.
Man, boots on the ground. Cause somebody teach me that dance.
And I love that. No matter what, and I gotta say, no matter what black people do, they make it fashionable.
Man, what you talking about? Creative.
You know, so I love that, man. But again, to your point, everybody I see now got cowboy boots.
Yes.
Everybody's wearing a cowboy hat. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that.
Fans.
Oh, and the fans. If some of the fans pop loud, I was somewhere, somebody popped the fan up, I'm gonna reach my gun. You know what I'm saying?
And it is, that dance have went beyond culture.
Oh, yes.
I mean, it's everybody, every nationality is doing that dance.
I saw Asians doing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's national. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, and that's a good thing. I appreciate. That's a real good thing. To stay in shape, have innocent fun. All of that's positive.
Absolutely.
But I mean, you shouldn't feel like some people may not even get up to do the dance because they don't have a fan, or they may not get up to do a dance because they don't have boots on. My butt got up there to do the dance.
Yeah.
I didn't have no boots on, and I didn't have boots on the ground, and I sure enough didn't have no fan. But I tried. Lynetta, you know I tried. Lynetta was showing out. She was showing out because she know the dance.
You know,
but I didn't know the dance. You know what I mean? So, but the bottom line tonight that we're trying to convey is get into a place in life where you're enough.
Yeah.
Where, you know, and if you don't know how to get started with that, you know, seek help.
Yeah. Be
around people that are positive. Tap into a ministry that's going to teach you the word of God.
Oh, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the word is what saves.
Oh, man.
That's what transforms. That's what changes destinies. And being around people that are positive.
Yeah.
You know, if you need a mama and you maybe didn't have a mama, and we didn't get into it, and we're going to do some more on rejection next week.
Yeah.
Because we didn't even get into half of what I wanted to discuss, spiritually speaking.
Yeah.
So we'll have a part 2 for rejection. But we wanted to have a little fun too.
Yeah.
Everything don't have to be about being serious all the time.
No.
You want to drive. I am absolutely a funny person. I laugh all the time.
Yeah, same.
You know, we like to cut up. I mean, I always tell people when they come to our house, be ready.
Yeah.
We are going to clown you a little bit. We love to have fun. I mean, not in a bad way now. You ain't going to walk away with your tail between your legs. You know what I mean?
Right.
We love people. But get around people that are positive, that's going to pour into you life. And if you didn't have a mother or a father, find somebody older that you can be around that can mentor you or mother you. I can't tell you how many young girls I've mothered. You know what I mean? Some of my old students still call me. They're like my little kids now. Well, they catching up with me. You know, catching up. But I mean, be around people that's going to mother you. Jump into a good church.
Yes.
Or be around people that's going to really be able to fill your bucket. Don't walk around feeling like you're not good enough. Because the one thing, if I have to say it tonight, you are enough.
Yes.
Absolutely, the way you are right now, today, and under any circumstances, you're enough. Yeah. Too many people are dying prematurely, broken hearts and everything, trying to fit into everybody's box. You know what I mean? Be your authentic. I'm trying to be careful because my son, he will give me the eye when I start moving my hands too much.
No, and that's why I do this sometimes to keep my hands from moving. That's just me though. That's just a me thing.
So he's not a real New Yorker, right? New Yorkers, we know we talk about our hands, right? But the thing is, you are enough.
Yeah. Be
around people that can pour into you. And understand you don't have to fit in everybody's boxes. You know what I mean? And I'm always available a lot of times. So if you need somebody to talk to, you can call me.
Yeah, reach out to us.
Reach out to us, you know what I mean? And share our videos, please. Didn't I say that? You know what I mean?
And that's so important what you said, because think about it, y'all. People are literally dying out here.
Yes.
You know, we got a phone call today that somebody passed away.
Yes.
We're leaving tomorrow to go to Florida because one of our aunts passed away. My wife's aunt passed away. People are checking out of here, y'all. So it's so imperative that we get right with God, number one. We get right with the people.
Restore relationships.
Yeah, restore relationships, man. Get right with people that may have rejected you, that may have
hurt you.
You know, make it right. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it when somebody passed away and now you're thinking about all the times you could have made it right.
What could I have done? I always used to tell him when he was growing up, even with his dad, I'll just be transparent. Yeah. If he was upset with his dad, if any of my kids was upset with their dads, I would always say, if he closed his eyes tomorrow, would it be well with you? Yeah. So take that same mindset with your friends, with your sisters and brothers, with anybody in your life. If they close their eyes tomorrow, would it be well with you? Or would you be saying, I wish I could have done this differently? So no matter what the situation is with people, make it right.
Make it right.
Because it's not worth the feeling when something happens.
No, it's not worth it. And just understand, like she said, you are enough.
You are enough.
I can't stress that enough. How people are rejected because they feel like they're not enough.
Yes, absolutely.
Just think, when you wasn't even thought of.
Right.
Right? You was a tiny little specimen of a sperm traveling with millions of other sperm to a tiny little egg in a hostile environment, right? Uphill battle, and you made it.
That's right.
You made it. You're here. You're alive. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So let's give God the thanks and the mercy and the grace for life. Absolutely. I'm just so grateful for life. I'm just so grateful for you.
Thank you.
As my mother.
That's right. And I'm thankful for you to be my son. He inspired me all the time.
Yeah, for instilling so many things in me.
Yes.
So much wisdom in me, because I tell people all the time, I would not be the man I am today if it was not for my mother, my father, my grandmother, all my grandmothers, right? I'm blessed to have a lot of grandmothers.
Yes, you are. You are blessed.
So my siblings, my friends, my family.
That's right.
I am nothing without God. I am nothing without my village and people around me. So
yes,
just know that I'm super grateful. That's why I wear this band. You can't see it, but it says, what are you grateful for?
Right.
I remind my kids every day to be grateful, wake up with gratitude. Right. And just thank God for life.
I want to say that to you too. I'm grateful for you. You are a child that's always been so humble and obedient. He has been so obedient. I mean, I got 3 other kids. No, but I thank God for my children. But just because we're giving each other our flowers now, I thank God for all my children. But you have been a good, obedient child. We can work together. Look how we can work together.
I know.
So I gotta also give shout out to my son's wife, that she allows us to work together and come together, and she sits back with her little smile. Yes. And we appreciate Sharonda. Shout out to Sharonda. Shout out to Sharonda because we get together and do this, and she gotta put it with me all the time. So I try to be a cool mother-in-law. I try.
Shout out to leadership. Shout out to Bishop Rose. See him watching.
Oh yeah.
Ms. Williams is watching. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. We just want to again come on here, share some love with everybody. Because in a world today that's so chaotic, people need love. That's right. Because we want you to end with, don't fit into nobody else's box. Be your authentic self and know that you are good enough right where you are today. You are good enough. And I'll end with that. And we'll come back with part 2 because we want to talk about how Satan takes advantage of the spirit of rejection. Woo! He takes advantage of that. That's going to be deep. That's going to be deep. So listen, we wanted to keep this within 40 to 45 minutes. That's right. We just hit our time. We want to let you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Share and like, share and like, share and like. I said Mama has spoken. Mama has spoken. She said share and like. That's right. So I'm going to give you guys a homework assignment, okay? Call someone that you haven't spoken to in a while and tell them, I love you. Also, somebody that has hurt you, call them and tell them that you forgive them. That's right. Ooh. That's right. That's your homework assignment for today. And just do that, please. I feel that in my spirit to do that. If you're watching, call someone, tell them that you love them. I don't care if it's your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your wife. And Mother's Day is coming up. Mother's Day is coming up. People don't have their mothers. I'm blessed and fortunate to have my mother sitting right here beside me, who's alive, who's healthy. Praise the Lord. Who's kicking it. That's right. Who has my back. That's right. Anytime I need her, she's there. You can't ask for nothing better. That's you know what I'm saying? So I'm super, super grateful to have you here. And she's helped me with my book. That's right. That's about to drop. Oh, my goodness. Am I helping you? She's helped me with my edits. You know? But I tell you what, this joker right here, he keeps me on my toes, boy. Yeah. He do not let me get slack. Because anybody who knows me know I can get, I can procrastinate. You know what I mean? He's like, are you on it? Yes, sir, I'm on it, Yeah. So we'll see you next week. Yes. And we would love to finish this topic off with rejection. Yes. So much love. Have a wonderful and blessed night. Much love. Let me cut these off. He got to cut them off. I don't know how to cut them off. Okay, we want to end this one.